Hello, everybody. It's Geeks Assembled, and of course, there's me, there's Susan, and today we are discussing a 2001 movie starring Tom Cruise. Um, we are discussing Vanilla Sky, a movie of his what really sort of doesn't get a look in, because he's made so many movies in his lifetime. Um, and this is one where people just seem to pass it by and talk about all his high octane action movies instead of something like this. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk Vanilla Sky, a story of a man who inherited his father's money and his business. He hasn't got a care in the world. His money is you know just throwing away his money, parties, girls, not a care in the world until something happens um, with a stalker, shall we say? So we'll go over to Susan for her thoughts on Vanilla Sky.
All right, so actually, you're right. This is the first time I've seen this movie, and
Can I just say
I'd heard of.
I always like it when you say that because then
I know you do.
this will be an honest first reaction to this movie. Good.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, so I'd slot it in with the horror genre. I think Alex is right. I think he did this movie, and it belongs in the horror genre. The only kind of horror that is it's a mind game. It's mind fuckery. Um, it's got a really top notch American uh, cast, and there's a British cast inside it as well. There's Timothy Spall, Tilda Swinton.
No,
Um, yeah, and then there was also a fellow named Michael Shannon who we were just mentioning in our pre-conversation, but different guy anyway. And then there's people like Noah Taylor, Jason Lee. Jason Lee is well known in the people who watch Kevin Smith movies. I mean, that's who. I mean, he's usually partnered or part of that crowd. No Taylor was really, and then there's Kurt Russell, Cameron Diaz, Penelope Cruz also.
Mhm.
And in the middle to the end of the movie, you get confused. You get that mindfuckery of which person uh, David Ames is actually sleeping with. Is it Penelope Cruz or is it Cameron Diaz? Is it Sophia or Julie Gianni? Sophia Serrano or Julie Gianni, both with Italian last names, but Sophia Serrano being they both going with their natural accents, and so that's kind of interesting. The other thing that's really interesting about this movie is the emotional quality of a man disconnected from his business, but one who wants to hold on to the reins of power. It's sort of telling for this day and age. You know, there's a leadership in Washington that's sort of disconnected from the reality of the country and trying to hold on to the power uh, by dismantling that, and that's kind of what he is. And I mean, David Ames calls his board of directors the Seven Dwarves, which is funny
Yeah.
because he is actually seems to be like the Wicked Witch because he's just he's wandering around with that mind poison, and his doctor, I think his name is McCabe. Um, I don't know if that's really his doctor. you just never know. Is he really a psychologist, or is he someone that is part of the company? I don't know. That's a question.
Well, we do get answers at the end, but
A little
it's
bit.
yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You get a clarification at the end when the doctor can't name his daughters. So
Yeah.
that says a lot. That if he can't, if
All
he
right.
doesn't,
So it is all in his mind. Okay. So he created a Kurt Russell McCabe. Okay. All right. I'm down with that. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. There's lots of fun parties. Uh, Johnny Galecki from Big Bang Theory's in it, and you know, he's one of the party people. There's lots of party people in this, uh, and you're right about him not you know not having a care in the world about money. He's got everything. When you first see him, he's driving a Ferrari,
yeah.
and then
But
he
in the streets of New York, empty streets of New York,
I
those
know.
scenes were amazing. How on earth
Yeah,
did
especially before COVID,
how did they get to record that with, with nobody about? Amazing.
Exactly.
It's,
Maybe it was all CGI,
it could have been.
but like you're right, it did look really different without any traffic or any cars except
Yeah,
for parked ones.
yeah. There was no people, no dogs, or even birds. I don't think there was any birds either. It was just
Hmm.
nothing. Silence. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course it was a dream as he wakes up.
Yeah. And it was directed by Cameron Crowe, and so that was really cool. Yeah, I think um, you kind of see the Cameron Crowe is doing a lot of things that are really sort of niche things. There's Elizabethtown, Vanilla Sky, We Bought a Zoo, and
Jerry Maguire.
Roadies, Jerry Maguire, Almost Famous, yeah.
Mm.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Anyway, so those are those are cool things. And that's my opening thoughts. What's up with your opening thoughts, Lee?
Well, I'm say as I said, it always puts a smile on my face when you say I've never seen this movie before. So I do like picking movies where people haven't seen them, and their reaction to it for first time seeing it is always the honest reaction. Because if you've seen a movie several times in your lifetime, your your judgment of it changes here and there. But this is your first viewing, so
Mhm.
good,
Yeah,
good. Um, yeah, as I said, I picked this one because it's not never really discussed. It's never talked about. They always talk about his other things, like Top Gun and Mission Impossible. And I know he's a good actor, but in this, it just proves how good an actor he is. Um, wearing wearing the makeup, wearing the mask.
uh-huh.
Um, so
So
and it,
there's makeup underneath a mask, even.
yeah, yeah. So there's um, so to me, it proves that he is a very capable actor. He doesn't always have to do the action-packed adventures. He can do things like this. Um, and he is one of the leading American actors of his day, and
Yep.
he has stayed on top of his game.
Yeah.
Um, as you say, there's so many people in this, very familiar faces in this. Um, the playboy aspect of it does get the better of him because the woman he calls a fuck buddy, Juliana Cameron Diaz, starts to become a little bit crazy and stalking him everywhere.
Yeah.
Even to include, get him in the car and drive the car off. What was it, a bridge?
Mm-hmm.
Which apparently she's killed in the crash, and his face is totally wrecked. He has to have facial reconstruction, and it doesn't really work because he's scarred and disfigured. So
Mm-hmm.
he wears a synthetic mask every now and again. Um, and to say the love of his life, who he only met once, Sophia, is always there, appearing, with Jesse Lee's character Brian. Um, but then we found out at the end of the movie that there's a twist in the middle of the movie that we don't realise.
Yeah.
Because the night after the night of the where they go to the nightclub, apparently he kills himself, and his body is cryogenically frozen at this foundation. Um, and this is where the half of the movie is happening, and strange things start happening. Um, you don't know Sophia or is it Juliana. Um, while he is cryogenically frozen, he is dreaming, but his dream has become a night because he asked for a lucid package, so he has a lucid dream, a happy dreaming while he's asleep. But apparently something went wrong in the system, and it's turned into a nightmare. Um, and then we find out that this is taking 150 years. It's 150 years from that day he killed himself.
Right.
Because the tech support played by um, Noah Taylor informs him that that was 150 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's so so while he's dreaming, he's creating these characters as of Kate Russell's character, um, uh, Cruise's character, because he only met her once, but he decided that he loved her, so she was coming back in
Mm-hmm.
his dream. Um, it
And
is
it's
quite.
fun that her name and his name are both, their name is pronounced Cruz.
Oh yeah, Cruise and Cruise.
Uh
But as I say, it was nice to see Tilda Swinton in this as well.
huh.
Um, only as a brief sort of cameo as the head of the company, but yeah, I quite like it. I do love movies with twists. When you find that when it's all revealed at the end, you start to think you have to start to unravel the movie from back and think, oh right, so that never happened. Oh, that never happened. This was all in the dream. And the
Yeah.
only way to sort this stuff what was happening while he was asleep was either reboot his package and so he could sleep more, or wake up and live a life. Open your, as it kept saying through the movie, open your eyes. Um, and the only way to do it, because he's put it down in his package, is to, if he wanted to come out of it, was to overcome his fear of heights to wake up.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a great movie. I mean, it cost $68 million to make, and it made about $204 million. So not a bad, not a bad.
Doubled the money back anyway.
Yeah,
Tripled, trebled it. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, everybody who was in it played a great part. You even had a cameo from Steven Spielberg at the party.
Yeah, and Conan O'Brien
Yeah, yeah.
and
Tommy Lee was in there.
yep,
So, but as I say, but I mean, Michael Shannon was, as you say, was there. He didn't have much to do,
yeah.
but it's maybe one of his first films. Maybe it was nice to see Timothy Spall in this.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was cool.
But, is there anything what stands out for you, or was it a bit confusing?
No, it was great. I enjoyed you know the shouting tech support to the empty room tech
Yeah,
support.
I mean, everybody had disappeared again.
Uh-huh. And then you know the how how really evil they were able and the quantity of acting chops that Cameron Diaz had to
Yeah,
portray Julie Gianni as first very likable, very sweet, very cool, very attractive, and then turn her evil. That was
uh-huh,
super cool. I
yeah.
like that.
But
She acted
as we know in the found out in the movie, she died in the car crash. Everything after that was his head doing overtime while he was sleeping.
right. It is his dream, but yeah, but the the work that Cameron Diaz did to really pull that into like a dark spot, you know, she acted that. That was
Oh,
like, you know, yeah, it's
I
really
mean,
good. And then there
I
was,
mean,
and then there was how sweet and innocent they kept Penelope Cruz's character. You know that Sophia character. She stayed sweet throughout the whole thing. You
mm,
know, like there was definitely like girlfriend material and uh danger danger relationship material here, you know, someone you'd go out with once over here and then you know invest your life marry in this one, but this one's the one that spent all their time with you, and this one was basically just a one-off thing, and that was interesting, that flip-flop. And then also you really like Brian, Jason Lee's character at the beginning, and then you're just like, dude, are you really for serious? Are you really fucking with your best friend right now?
mhm.
Are you messing with him so hard that he's gonna fucking go crazy? Oh my god, that was amazing.
That was the dream as well.
Yeah, I know it's all in the dream. That's all. You're right
Because,
about it was turned into a nightmare.
yeah, because what you've got to realize is what happened after the nightclub scene where he collapsed in the street. Everything after that was a dream.
Right.
Uh, and then you realize when the tech support says that was 150 years ago. So Brian, Sophia, um, all like that were well and got well and truly dead by then. They'd
Yeah,
gone.
all the whole seven dwarfs, all of
Yeah,
those board of directors, they were all gone years and years and years ago,
yeah.
and the
So
company was gone.
yeah,
Maybe who
as
knows?
as the tech support said, you can sleep, a lucid dream again once we sort that out for as long as you want, or wake up to a new world and the world is not good. Things have changed, and
Yeah,
he chose to wake up, and that's where the movie ends.
and it's Yeah. But at
It's,
least it wasn't like a cliffhanger. It was just like, things are going to be shit for him because
yeah.
his whole dream was maybe preparing him. Maybe that was his subconsciousness preparing him for a bunch of shit that's coming up.
I mean, we could.
Maybe that's what dreams do. Maybe nightmares actually prepare us to encounter shit in the real world.
I mean, the clues were there, especially with the dog, what was cryogenically frozen and then brought back to life all the way through the
Yeah,
movie. And I think, oh, why are they putting that in here? And why are they putting? And then all of a sudden, it's revealed.
that
It's
that the dog is not a good dog anymore.
well, no, it's just that that those little things were put into the movie to hint that there's something to do with cryogenically frozen.
Right. Okay. Okay. I see that. Okay. I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But who
didn't get that. Yeah, I thought that that was like, when they determined that he had been frozen, I thought that the reason that they showed the dog was that they actually showed it was to show that the dog was not happy, was just kind of a moping dog.
well, I don't know, it's just sat there, wasn't it? Just that's what dogs do sometimes.
All right, it's true. It's
but
true.
but when I like the saying. What was it? When we'll see each other in another world, when in another life, when we're cats.
Oh my God,
When we're cats. But
that's a
yeah.
good one.
But would you want to wake up in a world 150 years ago, 150 years in the future? All your friends are dead. Your business is mostly no longer there. Your money's no longer there. Your
Uh-huh.
faith is still not. It's not recovered. Um, not knowing what the world is like out there, or would you choose to sleep more?
And due to like inflation and currency devaluation, your money isn't worth shit. Is that what that's what that guy said? Like,
Yeah.
you'll find that your money won't even get you like a place to live,
I mean that guy as well. The tech support was no longer living. He was just a
an icon,
from the machine. Yeah, from the
an avatar, right?
yeah.
And then there was the one guy on the rooftop who was like, you can go or you can stay, and he decided to jump.
Well, that was the tech support. I think you said me that was Noah Taylor. Um,
No,
yeah,
there was a different guy on the roof.
no, there wasn't.
Was it?
It was Noah Taylor.
Okay,
He
okay,
was he was the guy in the pub. He was the guy in the lift. And he was the guy on the roof.
okay, okay.
Uh, yeah, uh, it's a it's. I do like these sort of make you think. Um, and it does. It really does make you think, and it shows you the acting abilities of everyone involved. Because Cameron Diaz at one point was always seen as a dumb blonde.
Oh,
You
what?
know,
Oh,
yeah, a
wow.
dumb blonde actress. Playing in comedy movies like The Mask and something about Mary and something like that. But
Yeah,
it, when she does movies like this, just proves she's not a dumb blonde. She can act.
yeah. She was just like eating all the scenery,
Yeah, yeah.
and
So
she went from like she had that great transformation from being the paramour to being the uh evil.
well, yeah, yeah. It's it is a good movie. Anything else you want to say about Vanilla Sky? By the way, a great song by Paul McCartney at the end of it called Vanilla Sky.
Yeah,
Uh,
that
yeah.
was
That was nominated for an Oscar. Was the song that
that's
any
fantastic.
Anything else before final say and score?
No. So what was the other movie that you were talking about? The other unseen um Tom Cruise movie?
Oh, the ones what people don't talk about.
Yeah, there were two that you'd mentioned.
Um,
This one and
I mentioned all his action stuff. I mean,
no,
talk.
the one that we were debating which one to do, this one or the other one.
Oh God, I forgot now.
Oh, okay.
You mean
All
like
right,
yeah,
never mind.
yeah? I can't remember which one it was now.
Okay.
But he's done a
But
few.
the
There's a few of his movies what people forget about. Like this Vanilla Sky or The Last Samurai or Collateral Damage and stuff like that. But it's
Yeah,
always
I've seen Last Samurai and I've seen Collateral Damage, but there was another one that we were discussing. Anyway, it just doesn't matter. The important thing is that is that there Tom Cruise may be super famous and but there are still things that are undiscovered.
uh,
Unless you're a super fan, you probably haven't watched everything that he's ever done
yeah, true.
because this one was new to me, completely new.
Oh, well, that's what I like. That's what I like. And
Uh,
you say it's always you've got me looking now at his films to remember which one it was.
His real name isn't Cruz.
don't worry about it. That's just water under the bridge. But
It's water under the cruise.
funny, and we
Remember when he was on Oprah jumping up and down on the couch?
oh
Oh, I know what
yeah,
it. I know what it was. It was Magnolia.
Magnolia. Yeah, I hadn't seen that one either. But anyway, so yeah, these may be worth a watch. Anyway,
Mhm.
they are worth a. This one is definitely worth a watch. As someone who hadn't seen it, I think that that it was quite
It's
an interesting mind fuck.
good concept for an idea of a movie.
Good good concept. Yep.
Do you know? To me when I was watching it. It was a sort of you got the feel that I know he didn't write it, but someone like Ray Bradbury or
Yeah.
um, who wrote Blade Runner?
Philip K. Dick.
Philip K. Dick. Yeah, those two writers, you got the feel that they could have written this. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to who wrote it.
Well, Cameron Crowe, I think, did and oh no, it's Cameron Crowe and Amenabar, who the guy who did Eyes Wide Open, I think.
But you just got the feel of Bradbury or a Dick could have done this.
Uh-huh.
You got their essence was in the melting pot of this story. I think.
Yeah, exactly. I agree completely.
So, anything else before final say and score?
Uh, Penelope Cruz, again, she was so good as the romantic lead.
Yeah,
I think that this was one of her best romantic lead movies.
yeah. She doesn't do much these days, does she? You don't hear from her
She
that much.
kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Uh, so that those three actors really, had a big heavy lift, and they did a great job. So good job.
Cool. So then, final say and score then, Susan, with Vanilla Sky.
I will give this 9.5 floors that you jump off of to get back to reality.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah, 9.5. It's real. It's really good. It's like it's sort of in terms of like the whole cryogenically frozen, it's kind of wish fulfillment in that respect, but it is a lot of science fiction. So excellent work.
When you said horror, I would have said more science fiction thriller.
Yeah, all right.
But there is horror there. I mean, the full thing, the nightmare, is horrific.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would say the same. I would give it 9.5 Ferraris out of 10. It's filmed beautifully, acted wonderfully, and it gets you thinking and guessing right till the end. And by
I
the
know,
end of it,
right?
still you still some scratch your head a bit. But that's
Yeah,
that's what good movies do.
yeah,
So I'm glad you liked it, Susan. Since it was your first viewing, it always,
yeah.
always
And the other story that we're reviewing this week is a Torchwood Audiohead uh, podcast, and it's another one about mindfuckery. So excellent, excellent, timing for this one too.
and we don't really go
Don't
out
plan
to.
this.
It's called serendipity.
It is very much serendipity.
Yeah. So, you guys out there, have you seen Vanilla Sky? Have you watched it? If you have, please leave a comment below on the video and let us know what you thought of the movie. If you haven't, I fully recommend watching it. You can find it anywhere these days. So leave a comment on below on this video where we share on all social media platforms that we use. If you'd like to join us, leave a message below on the video. I would like to join, and we will say, "Are you 18?" And you say yes, and we'll say, "Come on in." If you're 18 and over, you're more than welcome to, because some things are 18 rated. I mean, this one was only 15 rated, but there was bare breasts in it, I'll tell you. Uh, we just like to play safe, 18 plus, what we do. Um, Also, if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel, please press the bell notification button. You'll get notified every time we put one up. You see, you don't hear it at my end. No, it's still not. No.
Ding ding.
Ding ding, it's all a dream. Um,
It is.
what else do they have to say? That's everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, please have a working microphone and camera on the device you use if you want to join us, because it does help. Because we like to see who we're talking to.
It makes interrupting the person a little less a jumpy thing.
Yeah, but it also it's just being social, isn't it? Sociable to
Yeah, and it makes our videos look a lot more interesting too.
yeah, especially if you've got an eye there.
Uh-huh. Right there.
And a third arm, then you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
We'd get the views. Um, so until next time, remember, guys, to please be safe and open your eyes.